tonight, you can judge for yourself as the Bulls' two-season unbeaten record at Valley Parade goes on the line. That unbeaten run is in league games only. Leeds actually won here in a cup tie in February, so the Rhinos know what it takes. The Bulls, though, are 2 points clear of the field. St Helens, despite their defeat at Wigan, stay second. The Warriors, though, have closed the gap. Then it's Leeds, Hull and Widnes in the top six. At the bottom, Salford, Wakefield and Warrington are the most under threat. Now then, also taking place tonight, Wakefield Wildcats against Hull FC. It's an 8 o'clock start there at Bellevue. We'll keep you posted on running scores throughout this match here. The Saturday match for round 21 features the Saints and the Warrington Wolves. It's a 6:05 start at Knowsley Road. We're live with that on Sky Sports 1 at 6. And the round is completed on Sunday. Castleford Halifax is a 3 o'clock start at the Jungle. Same time at the Willows for Salford and Wigan. And what a game at the Halton Stadium Sunday at 3. The Widnes Vikings in 6th against 7th place London Broncos. Highlights and reports of all those matches Sunday night from 9 over on Sky Sports News. But here it's Bradford against the Leeds Rhinos. And the Rhinos lineup confirmed with Cummins at fullback, Calderwood and Carroll, Senior and Pratt. It's Ben Walker back in the side alongside Ryan Sheridan. Up front it's Ward, Diskin and McDermott. Jamie Jones, Buchanan, young Ryan Bailey and Kevin Sinfield. And the bench is occupied by Chev Walker, Willie Poaching, Wayne McDonald and Danny Maguire. The coach is Darryl Powell. The Rhinos are out, the Bulls about to follow them. Withers at fullback, Vicona, Naylor, Gilmore and Vinicolo. Robbie Paul's the captain, Paul Deakin is the scrum half. The forwards, Vanganar, Lowes and Fielden, Gartner, Peacock and Forshaw. And the substitutes for them, Price, McAvoy, Radford and McDermott. Here they come, they're coached by Brian Noble. Cracking atmosphere at the Bradford and Bingley Stadium. That's Valley Parade to you and me. Great crowd in here as well for what they do bill as the biggest match in the Northern Hemisphere. And it's the man in charge, Steve Ganson, who's about to get this game in motion. The Bulls aiming for a 5th consecutive Super League win. Leeds, they're the only team to beat Bradford here on this ground. It was 17-4 in a Challenge Cup tie in February. In fact, they're the only team to have beaten the Bulls at home in Super League in 2 years. They won 28-26, but that was at Odsal in July 2000. The Bulls about to get the game underway. Paul Deakin to kick off. They're in white. They're attacking from right to left. Here we go. Ryan Sheridan is under the kickoff. Tips it inside to Danny Ward. First collision of the match. There'll be plenty of those.
Sure will, Eddie. Always exciting when these two sides clash. And as you just mentioned, Leeds, they're buoyed by the fact they've beaten Bradford twice this season. So it's payback time, according to Brian Noble and the Bradford Bulls. Can they do it?
The next 80 minutes will tell us. Here is Barry McDermott. Tackled low down by Stuart Fielden. That will be one of the key battles tonight. Daniel Gartner was in there as well. But Fielden and McDermott, no love for each other. There's no doubt about this. Here's the new boy, Ryan Bailey. 18 years of age, 6'3", 17 stone 5. The ball went backwards to Cummins. The kick downfield is off the chest of Vinicolo. And he will have to run it now past Walker. Past Diskin. Can't get away from Diskin. Good chasing from Jamie Jones Buchanan as well, and the volcano is pulled to ground.
Well, it wasn't a good kick, but it turned out that way. Vinicolo really made a meal of that one. Must say, Leeds yet again, they're up for this. That was a good kick and chase, in as much that they were really quick into the faces of the winger.
Well, it's 27 games now, and they haven't lost here at Valley Parade. And there's McDermott and Fielden.
Expect fireworks from those two. He came in to finish him off, and that's what they used to swing it out from McDermott. The official hasn't seen it. Vanganar is furious.
Kavita Vicona didn't fancy it much either. Ball out wide. And this now is Michael Withers. And Withers being bundled towards the touchline.
It was a winner, you're right. Vicona caught it right in the mouth.
High kick, midfield bomb from James Lowes. Tester here for Calderwood. He claims it well, does the winger. He was under pressure there, and he failed under that sort of pressure earlier in the year. Not tonight.
Really has improved in that department, but Bradford, they lost their way. Jimmy Lowes was standing back. He really didn't expect that, but he was left with the kicking duties.
Danny Ward, the other prop forward, arguably Leeds' best in recent weeks. And Sheridan with the dab over the top, kicking early in the tackle count. One for Ben Walker to chase. Withers is after this. Withers collects it behind his own try line. Walker and Sinfield there. And Walker, who has regained his confidence over the past month. He hasn't been playing in the first team, but back in the side tonight on merit. This now is young Paul Deacon taking on Calderwood. Calderwood trying to wrestle him to the touchline.
Well, Leeds know that if they get into the faces of this Bradford outfit, they've already won 2 this season, and both occasions they were kicking early in the tackle count. They were making sure they were getting right into the faces. And look at that defensive quality. They're moving as one unit. They're not allowing the Bulls any space whatsoever.
Yes, Bradford just 3 defeats this year, all of them away from home at London, at Leeds and at St Helens. Can the Rhinos break new ground by beating them on this ground for the first time since they moved here? Good kick downfield is collected by Carl Pratt for the Rhinos, and he's halted 10 metres away from his own line. But it's a rip-roaring start. Cummings now for Leeds.
Another good kick and chase from both sides, both exponents of that. It's all about whether your nerves can just handle this opening 10 minutes. It's always tough, and that's the reason why. When you get a defence like that, Senior felt it.
He did. Vanganar and Gartner working as a pair. The kick downfield is from Ryan Sheridan. Calderwood's after this. Vinicola will pick it up though for the Bulls. Here comes the volcano. Bounces off Senior. Off Sinfield, beg your pardon.
Well, they know he's big and strong, but they also know that Vinicola can be suspect. And that's the reason why Leeds are kicking to the left winger. And they also know that Michael Withers, they both amble towards the football. They're not all the quickest on their feet, and that's the reason why the Rhinos are putting him under pressure.
Telling statistic there was the fact that the Bradford Bulls have won 14 of 18 in Super League versus Leeds since 1996. They won all 4 in 2001. But Leeds have got the wood over them so far this year. Challenge Cup tie here in February that was won against the odds, and then at Headingley when Leeds Rhinos were having their glorious month of May, they triumphed as well. Good kick, oh, not claimed though by Cummings. The Bulls have it with Robbie Paul. First try, a blunder by the captain Francis Cummings, and Robbie Paul takes full advantage. A high hanging kick. Cummings missed it. Play on was the decision. Robbie Paul just swooped on the loose ball. Try number 11 of the season is not.
Superb play. Watch Deacon here. What a sidestep to avoid his opponent, Brian Sheridan, and then it was a real meal of it there. He was in a poor position. He hesitated, and the poacher Paul. Oh, this is not the best from Cummings. You can see he went far too early. He was on the downward trend, and then Senior made a meal, picked up the poacher. But what a piece of wonderful footwork from Paul Deacon to avoid Brian Sheridan to get the kick away, provides this man with the opening try of the game.
It's Robbie Paul's 220th appearance. He's now scored 122 tries, and after a hugely promising start, Darryl Powell's men have conceded the first try of the match. Now, Paul Deacon, who created the try with the bomb, adds the extras with the conversion, and the Bradford Bulls have an early 6-point lead.
Well, he's the man that created it, and then, of course, added the 2 extras. Look at the skill here, under pressure. Oh, what footwork, wonderful body style, just swerved away, and that wasn't the best from the fullback, Francis Cummings. A gift.
Well, he always seems to come up trumps against the Leeds Rhinos, Robbie Paul. That's the 18th try that Robbie Paul has scored against the Rhinos in his career. And the kickoff worked out there for Leeds. They got the ball back. It cannoned off a Bull's body. This is Sinfield. Leeds looking to respond immediately.
Well, if there's one player out there, it's Sinfield that can create a lot of havoc for this Bulls defence. And Bradford realise they know that the loose forward Sinfield, they've got to cut him down.
It's with Ben Walker now, and he finds Francis Cummins. This is Tony Carroll. He loses it under the challenge from Gilmore.
No advantage from hitting feed to the Bulls. New Zealander Tony Carroll just losing control there. Good work though. Oh, great work, Lee Gilmore. Swung him over, utilised the upper body strength of this man to spin him round. Lost control.
Tony Carroll will rejoin the Brisbane Broncos next year. His time at Leeds is running out. Withers was tackled by Keith Senior. The Leeds are certainly getting into the face of the Leeds runners. That was Jamie Peacock. This now is James Lowes.
You mentioned Jamie Peacock there. He really has got to look for a better game. He's been a bit off colour of late, I feel. Not what we saw from last season. And if any time they need to produce a big game, it's Jamie Peacock's got his opportunity today.
This is Paul Deacon now, trying to skip away from Sinfield. Oh, and that ball came free. It's play on, and Carl Pratt's got a chance. Carl Pratt to the corner with Withers after in, and Pratt slides in for the try. Carl Pratt, the ball came free. The Bradford ball player is still on the deck. It was a third tackle as the touch judges report to Steve Ganson, and Deacon, well, he's injured and he lost the ball, and look at the blood from the eye. Pratt picked it up. He didn't hang around to discuss matters, and he had the pace to beat Withers to the corner. Try given.
The fans don't like it. They think this is a late knee coming in here. Certainly Senior came with the knee and it made contact. See the wonderful skills yet again. He's decked there and the knee goes in. It looked accidental, I must say, and Senior called for assistance straight away, while Pratt had all the speed in the world. They stood around, they knew that there was a man down injured to the Bulls, and this man took full advantage. Good work from the touch judge. He saw everything. He gave the nod to the official Steve Ganson, and that's the reason why he didn't have to go to the screen. He thought it was fair, and so do I. I thought it was accidental, with the knee coming into Paul Deacon's head.
A fantastic run of form for Carl Pratt. That was the 70th try of his career. They don't like it, the Bradford Bulls supporters that is, but the Leeds fans are ecstatic. And Ben Walker here now, only his second start in 6 games. He has the opportunity to level the scores. And Walker, not the quickest of goal kickers. That's the angle he has. It's very tight to the touchline over on the far side. You can probably just about make him out in front of the terracing there. If anyone can, Walker can! What a great kick! That's why he's been restored, Ben Walker. It's 6-all.
Well, they felt that he'd lost his concentration and his form, and they brought him back to the fold, and there's the mistake. It was accidental, I'm sure. Pratt didn't hang around, didn't bother to wait for the referee as some of the Bradford players did, and Pratt cheekily points to the Bradford fans and says, "That'll keep you quiet."
Well, he scored a try in the Test match in Sydney. That brought nothing for Great Britain, but that could be so important for Leeds Rhinos. But let's get the news on Paul Deacon. Bill's on the side.
Paul Deacon on the bench at the moment, just having treatment for a cut on the nose. It looks as though it's going to be a lot worse than it was, but in actual fact it's a graze just on the bridge of his nose at the moment. I think the bigger concern is that he's very groggy indeed, really a bit shaky at the moment, and they're just going to keep him sitting there quietly just to see whether he can come to his senses a bit.
Yes, he certainly felt that. Deacon, ice on top of the head. Sheridan with the measured kick downfield, and it's one again for Vainicolo to pick up. by Nicolo and Tabita by Kona will join the Tongan squad for the Commonwealth Games 7s tomorrow, providing they're fit enough.
Okay. Well, it's certainly big enough, but you can see that Leeds yet again utilising the fact that he's very slow to get to the ball, and it takes a long time to wind up to full speed. By that time, they've normally decked him within the quarter. Must say though, Brian Noble will be furious after Robbie Paul scored that try that they lost concentration at the kickoff and Leeds got possession.
Bit of a problem for Leeds in defence here. Danny Ward is jogging back. Wakefield at 12 up against Hull after 10 minutes at Bellevue. Wakefield, of course, with Adrian Vowles, once of Leeds, now their new captain coach.
Oh, it's having a nightmare if Francis Cummings. They were lucky to get away with that. He was all at sea yet again.
Well, what a start for Adrian Vowles, Steve-O. He was down to play in this fixture here, and he expressed a desire to begin a coaching career with Wakefield. Leeds allowed him to be released from his contract, which was hugely generous. And what a start for Wakefield. They might escape, you know.
Certainly did it. Seems to be turning things around.
What a great kick this is. That's a 40-20 from Sheridan.
It is. It's over.
What a kick.
Well, his kicking game so far has been outstanding in the 13.5 minutes that this game has been in progress. I must say, though, Eddie, remember, Hull were way behind last week against Warrington. They came back in the second half, and I'm sure Wakefield will be aware of that. But Hull, of late, they've been very slow starters, whilst this wonderful 40-20. Brian Noble realises that it was always going to be a tough game, but I mentioned that fact that it doesn't help matters when you really should be getting that possession from the kickoff.
Sinfield gets the possession, finds Walker, who finds Carroll, and Bradford hauling down 10 metres away. Carroll wide to Keith Senior. Senior was getting booed all night now after that collision with Paul Deacon. It's with Sheridan. Danny Ward, who looks as though he's recovered from the knock he took. Diskin waits at dummy half. He finds Sheridan. Wide it goes to Walker. And Walker gets the pass away to Sheridan again. Showed it to McDermott. Went round Lowe's. Straightens it up. Still going Sheridan. What a run from Sheridan.
Oh, deserved a try. Outstanding run from the halfback.
Diskin. Diskin scores.
Did he get it down?
Was he short? The referee says it's a knock on. He was bang in front of it. But he didn't need to go to the video referee. Was he right?
Great position.
I tell you what, why didn't he go?
He's short. He's got away with it. Was the official?
I know.
He was in a good position, and it is a knock-on. But boy, Steve Ganson, talking about putting things on the line, it was short of the line.
Well, he was right in position, Steve Ganson. But Darryl Powell was watching on the big screen and shook his head. I bet there'll be some comment about that afterwards. Why didn't he go to the screen for clarification?
Doesn't matter, he got it right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was an inch short.
You've got better eyes than Steve Ganson. You're 55 yards away.
Well, he got it right.
Well, I'd like to see it again and again. Penalty now. Diskin.
Well, he denied just a few seconds before a four-pointer, and that's silly play. Tackle was completed. He went on the belly flop, should I say. Just lost his concentration there, did Diskin.
Good run from Fielden. Halted eventually by Jamie Jones Buchanan and Keith Senior. James Lowe's, they go down the short side with Scott Naylor. Inching ever closer to that try line. Deacon looks like he's okay and will be coming back shortly. Vanganar, Robbie Paul, Leon Price, Mike Forshaw. Good jinking run from Forshaw in the Great Britain train-on squad for the Kiwi Series. I was sure he retired from international football, but he's back in it. Vanganar! Vanganar!
Oh, so close!
Well held up by Cummings. They're going to get head and feed, Bradford, because that's on the third, I think.
That was crafty play there by the big fella. Vanganar just pushed the ball over the in-goal area at the very last moment. Cummings did well to get underneath, but he knew, try or no try, the Bulls were going to get possession anyway. Barry can't get in the pack. Now then, will they do the crisscross here?
It's with Forshaw. Now it's with Robbie Paul. He tries to step inside Cummins. He's swung to the, well, I was going to say swung to the ground, which he was, but then he tried to release the pass, and Leeds gobbled it up. That's a gift.
Not only that, though, but he will be furious. The fact that he did the step, created and sucked in two would-be tacklers, and then there was no one in support. They really should have been steaming onto that football. That all at sea yet again, they get off to a flying start, and it looks like Paul has picked up an injury.
Scott Naylor penalised, and in the background, more problems for Bradford. Robbie Paul is down. All over the top of Keith Senior is Scott Naylor, and Senior trying to get to his feet. That's why he won the penalty from the referee.
Well, again, we see some of these Bradford players just losing concentration and talking to the referee as well.
Robbie Paul is still down and is in some trouble.
Well, he certainly was spinning around, wasn't he?
This is Ryan Sheridan now, enveloped by Gartner and Vanganar.
Brian Noble must be concerned at the fact that there's no support for the ball carrier. Oh, that could have been a Shepherd, and it is.
Ryan Bailey taking out the defender as he went to tackle Ben Walker.
Barely touched him. This is Robbie picking up the injury. See how he spins there. I think it maybe maybe has twisted his body. It could be the lower back, I would suspect. The way he was spun around.
Oh, they're not going to find touch here, Bradford. They haven't. Oh, Carroll has kicked it in field, though. Vinacolo's after it. It's going to be a try for Vinacolo. Well, Tony Carroll flicked the ball to try and get possession for his team. And now he's going for it. He's going to the video referee this time to check the grounding. Tony Carroll, so unfortunate. There were two around him.
Well, he got it on the hoof, didn't he? It was quick thinking, and also he used his upper body strength to prevent anyone getting anywhere near. No doubt about it, this will be TRY. Kept his cool. He knew that Calderwood was around. Perfect try, perfect finish. And he did well. He made sure that upper frame prevented Calderwood. TRY comes on. Listen to them here. Well, a bit fortunate. It was a poor kick, and Tony Carroll launched himself from within the field of play. This is a mistake, and Tony Carroll does absolutely everything right. But look at that. There was 3 Leeds players all going for the same football. Well, Cummins is caught out here yet again. Not the best night. Look at that. Why on earth does 3 of them want to be in that position? There is no one at home. You always should have someone backing any chance for the kick like that.
Well, it's a bit unfortunate there, Tony Carroll, but credit Vinacolo. His 5th start in a row, his best sequence of the year, and his 7th try.
But why were 3 players going for the same ball?
Well, that is what Darryl Powell will be asking at half-time, I'm sure. With us, no Paul Deacon, of course. He's off injured still. So Withers makes it 12-6 to the Bradford Bulls with his 11th successful kick. Darryl Powell will know that Tony Carroll unfortunate, but the other 2, I think it was Calderwood and Cummins.
That's right.
They should never have been there. They should have been waiting for Carroll's flick back.
Well, they should have anticipated at least one of them. Cummins or Calderwood, the winger, as you mentioned, Eddie.
And you credit by Nicolo as well. He was steaming up.
Well, they saw the ball on the floor, got the hoof to it, and had the presence of mind, but it was a good finish, Eddie. The way that he used his upper body strength was superb.
Wayne McDonald on for Danny Ward. We saw Danny Ward down and injured earlier, just limping back into the defensive line. And now the big man, McDonald, there he is, number 17. He's on the field. Well, what a great start this is, Phil Clark.
Yeah, from the sidelines you could tell very early on both sides, so pumped up for the game. The intensity, pace and feeling of the match was that of a grand final. It was interesting to watch Leeds' confident response, I thought, to conceding that first try, the short kick-off which came off on a side. As we say, recently Leeds lacking in confidence with some of their displays. They've come here tonight really throwing everything they can I know I probably agree with Leeds' strategy on the last tackle, denying or starving to Vita Vicona of any ball by kicking over to Leslie Vainikolo. But I'll tell you what, that's got to feature in one of the top 10 most difficult jobs in Super League. Stopping Vainikolo on a kick return is an amazing task.
Cummins did well and he found Tony Carroll. Gilmore got him low down, finished off by Daniel Gardner.
Again, a mistake by the Bulls allows Leeds back into it. What a hit!
That was Vanganar's shoulder on Wayne McDonald.
Oh, and Leon Price has picked up an injury on the left arm. Well, it's rough and tough. That's the hit. And I think Leon Price has picked up an injury from his own player, Joe Vanganar. Not only did he hit him once, he went on the second for Big McDonald.
Well, Jamie Jones Buchanan tried to get that ball away, and now he has been penalised for talking out of turn to the touch judge.
Quiet.
It wasn't his knock-on, it was a knock-on by Vicona.
Well, the touch judge thought that it went backwards. I think when you see the slow motion,
if you go into him and abuse him, it puts a terrible weight on you. I'm the rest of the game.
Offload.
Cool it. It's a penalty. I don't want back chat. Take the call. Take the call.
It's the penalty for the back chat. 14-6 now. And Adrian Vowles apparently off the bench and into that match for Wakefield. 14-6, they are ahead against Hull. 24 minutes gone there, about 23 minutes here, as you can see. 12-6 to the Bulls. And Leeds with a penalty against them, disputing the call of a knock-on. I don't know whether the referee had signalled that it was a knock-on by whom, but anyway, Leeds disputed it. The touch judge apparently signalled knock-on against Leeds, and that's why there was the verbal charge.
oh, that's a headbutt, was it? I think that was a headbutt. Not seen by the officials, and Fielden's gone looking. Fielden went looking for McDermott. It's on again. That's going to be a penalty. Come on, he shoved him to the floor.
Play on.
Oh, this is getting tasty.
Well, when Barry McDermott and Stuart Fielden are in opposition, it's always tasty. This is Vicona. Now Gardner flicks the ball away to Naylor under pressure there from Carroll, but he did well, and Naylor takes it to within 10 of the Leeds line. Lowe's a dummy half. Dabs the ball to the in-goal area. Calderwood has dropped it. Try for Vainikolo. Second try for Vainikolo. Third try for the Bulls tonight. And Calderwood has made a total hash of it. Well, they've gifted them 2 tries, Leeds. Vainikolo first to react.
Well, it all started with this. It was getting tasty. Watch this. That is a headbutt. That was deliberate. And you can see there, Fielden got up, he went chasing for him. Beautiful kick from Lowe's, well weighted. Calderwood made a real meal of that. So much so, it provided the steak and the veg for this fella. That's on the menu. The big fella. Volcano doesn't have to erupt. He just slides.
Vainikolo's try, but it was gift-wrapped by young Mark Calderwood. 5 tries in his last 5 matches for Leslie Vainikolo, the New Zealand international, and Michael Withers. Regarded and known as a try scorer, 81 tries in 96 appearances for the Bulls, but right now taking over the goal-kicking duties because Deacon's a bit groggy and he's missed it. 16-6.
That could be a vital miss as well.
Remember the drop goal he got the other week against Hull, but Vainikolo, he has erupted tonight, the Volcano.
To be fair, it was a gift, but good thinking by the hooker, James Lowe's. But the battle between Stuart Fielden and Barry McDermott just continues on and on.
This is Fielden again, and Bailey went looking for him.
He's got to give the penalty. Swinging arm. Well, there's a big chap.
Okay, no,
backward step, that's for sure, but look at the swinging arm here. Comes in late. Well, it was before that. That's where he lost the football. And there it is. He missed. It doesn't matter. Intent is sufficient to gain the penalty. This time Bradford make no mistake. Well, at Leeds, they think he's got a big future, Ryan Bailey.
That was a huge tackle from Carroll on Brian McDermott. Here's Paul Deacon, wide to Robbie Paul. Withers has joined the attack. Vicona is out there on his own. Flicks the ball back. Bradford keep possession brilliantly. Here's Mike Forshaw.
Second, come on, Victor.
Good effort there by Vicona to keep that ball in the field of play.
Deacon attacking the line, fielded. Deacon again takes the tackle from Tony Carroll.
He's working overtime in defence, but it's solid defence. The only way that Bradford are getting past this Leeds outfit is via the kick.
Vinokolou's tackle then. Loads. Deacon into the arms of Robbie Paul. Wide it goes to Withers, who spins away from Pratt. He's got Vicona. Vicona will bring it back near to the post. The Bulls are on a roll. Not impressed, the coach. It started so well. It's all gone horribly wrong in the last 10 minutes. 3 tries in 10 minutes. And it's the Tongan twosome. Vinokoulou with 2 and Vicona with the latest.
Another V in the bonnet. Vinokoulou 2 tries and then Vicona. Beautiful pass out wide. They got caught there, and you can see Pratt came out of his position, and the big fella just swatted him away. If you're going to come out of that one line of defence, you've got to make sure that you get either the man or the football. Pratt gets neither. There he is. Uh-oh. Great finish. Get out of the way. Well, P was no good. He couldn't stop V going there. And it'll be a TOI. You little beauty. The Bulls are rampaging.
And Deacon's back and fit enough to take this conversion. And he adds the extras. 22 points to 6. They're difficult to stop when they get on a roll here. Vicona, 17th try of the season. I wonder what Graham Mackay is doing at Wakefield for Hull, because he was just 1 behind Mackay at the start of this round. So unless Mackay has scored tonight, he's now level at the top of the charts with him, and here he is again.
Well, that's the first try that Bradford have come up with that did not involve a kick, and it was sheer strength, wasn't it? Withers did exceptionally well, but you've got to point the finger at Pratt coming out of that one line of defence, taking the gamble. Oh, it's a high one, I'm feeling again. It's on. They've lost the plot completely. He never even went for the ball. He was on. The official should have done something about it 3 or 4 minutes ago. And this is the reason why we're having a brawl.
Well, McDermott went looking, and Fielden just threw the ball away and said, right, let's get into it. And look at the eye. Look at the left eye on Fielden. McDermott has caught him with a beauty.
Well, Steve Ganson saying, I've got him. Well, what about getting him before? Everyone at this ground, all you viewers, I'm sure would have seen it, yet the officials miss it. And this is the reason why we've got this. It's an absolute disgrace. Didn't bother about any attempt to the tackle, just went for it. It's been an ongoing thing for many years. They do not like each other. That is without doubt. That was malicious. Then he went again. What on earth do we have to do? And then he gets one back.
He's got off. McDermott is sent off. Barry McDermott, red carded. He is off.
And deserves it. He's the best prop forward we've got. He went over it and then he went back again. It was a cross there's a head going in, and there's it in again. He was held by two Leeds players. It hit the chest and then went right over the back of the head. It was a big hit, and then he lost it. See, the head lumps forward, then the right arm. If it had just stuck to the tackle, it'd have been okay. Well, that's not helping Leeds.
It isn't
at all.
And you have to say that the initial challenge...
It was all right. It was when he came back with a head yet again. It was the second time that we've seen him run into the player, the same player, with his head.
So Bradford now with a man extra, Robbie Paul in charge of the football for them.
And
Leeds 22-6 down and having to play for the rest of this match with 12 men. This is Peacock.
Sad thing about that, Eddie, McDermott will be acknowledged as getting one tackle in. It was a fair one across the shoulder, but then he lost the plot.
Deacon, Forshaw. It was always going to erupt between those two. It was predictable. McDermott, Bryan for Bradford. Withers. That's the turnover.
Not back tactics, that. You know that Leeds down to 12. Just keep them running, keep them going in a backward direction. And with a lead like that, 22-6, you can afford to not bother about the kicking game anymore. Just run the Rhinos off their feet.
Harler coming back at Wakefield, 14-12. Well, the match has erupted, Phil, and we thought it might.
Well, Steve predicted it, didn't he, just moments before it happened, and Bryan McDermott has some wonderful qualities, both as a rugby league player and a human being. For no reason at all, he's just pressed the ejector button and taken himself out of the game. Steve Ganson had no alternative but to dismiss him. Feels sorry for Stuart Field, and he plays the game hard but fair, but he's so often attacked high, and I mean, it's no surprise that he wins so many penalties for his side, but almost loses his head in the process.
Phil, I must ask you, Great Britain manager, how on earth did you keep McDermott and Fielding apart on the trip to Australia?
Do you know, quite surprisingly, they got on very well, but for some reason Barry's lost his head tonight, and as you said, the second time he attacked him, I mean, it was very, very out of order for Barry. I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, Fielding was held by two players, as you pointed out. Barry Mack just came in, and for no reason, because for 28 minutes, I know the scoreline was going against the Rhinos, but they've been a little bit unlucky. Diskin went within inches of getting 6 points. They conceded 3 tries through kicks, which, again, was a little unlucky, and maybe here comes another.
Might indeed. Whoa!
What a big hit that.
Cummins on Robbie Paul.
Oh, that was a beauty by the full-back. There wasn't out of position there, that's for sure. What's this? Bump. It's getting very tasty.
Well, it is. It's a pity that we've had a red card, but I think Mr. Ganson, he was stretched to the limit, and he couldn't have done much else.
Well, the way things are going, Eddie, it was just a matter of time, wasn't it? It was obviously that both of them were hunting each other.
Penalty to Leeds now. Ball stolen, 2-man tackle.
It's important now that Leeds get on with it. No mess around. They've really got to try everything. They try to keep this ball alive. If there's any set patterns, set moves out there, they must do it straight away. To have any chance of this, they've got to make sure they score before the break.
This is Wayne McDonald. He's away from 1, he's away from 2, he's away from 3. They've got hold of his shorts. There's no doubt about it. Barry McDermott has left his mark on this match. And Leeds now have a penalty.
Mr. Peacock looked as though he had the gun cocked. And look at the eyes. This is going to be a difficult night for Mr. Ganson.
Well, it will.
But I still keep coming back to that point, Eddie, in regards that when everyone else saw the headbutt nearly 10 minutes earlier, and maybe if something had been done then, we wouldn't have this. He's not impressed.
No, he won't be. Ben Walker, they're electing to kick for 2 points, Leeds, at 22-6. I suppose, as much as anything, to take a bit of the sting out of the situation. Walker high and Hanson, 22 points to 8 then. Ben Walker with another successful kick. But Leeds now with it all to do.
Well,
12 men against the Bulls at home.
This is the incident again. All right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, that was it, and then he went back for him. He's held by 2. Fielder knew what was coming. He threw the ball away. And he was being held by 2 players. And I must say, it's a long time since I've seen one James Lowe's run into a fracas like that and be the peacemaker. Good to see.
The Bulls restart by the boot of Deacon. This is Sheridan, and here's McDonald again.
It's caused a few problems as McDonald since he came off the bench.
Unloaded brilliantly there to Walker, who got it away to poaching just on, as you've just seen. Cummins. Here's Bailey. Much promise, Ryan Bailey. Big rap from his coach yesterday when he named him. Poaching again, plays the ball to Diskin. Sheridan, Sinfield, great ball. Tony Carroll, he's got Calderwood outside him. Calderwood, can he beat Withers? Yes, great try for Leeds. What a great try, the initial pass that found Carroll created a space, and Calderwood did the rest. The top scoring British player in Super League has done it again.
Beautiful combination here. Sinfield's pass cut out 2, and the sliding defence was caught out. The New Zealander just kept his cool, and Calderwood had all the speed. Withers, no chance. What's this from Sinfield? Oh, they really caught out this Bradford sliding defence. Vanacola was back expecting the kick. Superb centre play. Just made Withers hesitate sufficiently enough to offload. It allowed the space out wide. The Rhinos are not going to lie down. They may be down to 12, but they've added 4 more to the scoreboard. Will it be 6?
Well, he's managed before tonight 12 tries in his last 11 appearances, Mark Calderwood. And this now is Ben Walker again. He has got the Leeds fans behind him. There is Calderwood, the try scorer. Walker, 4 goals on his last appearance. The home defeat, though, against Castleford. Try and 4 goals in the cup tie here in February. Well, he's done well with his kicking so far. Can he add number 3? Oh, yes, he can. He must have been practicing that for the past month or so. Ben Walker. Leeds are back in the hunt. The 12 men respond.
2 dummy runners there, and the ball right over the top. It was a perfect pass from the loose forward, Sinfield. Great combination. Oh, that is beautiful. Good to watch. This has set this match alight. This fella has given the Rhinos hope.
Well, a great first half. It's had just about everything. It's had plenty of talking points. We've had a sending off. We've had some fantastic tries. And it's about to come to a close. Plenty for us to talk about during the break. According to us, we're over time. The timekeepers are important. There is the half-time siren. Don't think you could hear it, actually, Steve Ganson. Well, what a rip-roaring first half that was. Don't know whether Darryl Powell will share that view. Making his way quickly to the sideline, looking over his shoulder. I wonder if he's going to have a word with referee Steve Ganson about that sending off of Barry McDermott. Fielden having a chat with Ryan Bailey. Weekend doesn't end here. It continues Saturday in the morning at 10:30. Melbourne Storm against Brisbane is on Sky Sports 3, and at 6 on Sky Sports 1, the Saints take on the Warrington Wolves. Half-time in the Tetley's Super League battle between the Bulls and the Rhinos, billed in this part of the world as the biggest game in the Northern Hemisphere. It's 22-14, 4 tries to 2 in Bradford's favour, and Darryl Powell, he has delivered his half-time lecture, and he knows his men have to battle on without Barry McDermott. But they have a terrific following with them. And Brian Noble, he hopes that his 13 men can push on. Well, they all want to go back home to Odsal. That's what their fans feel. That's what they tell the board of directors here, that they want to go back to Odsal. Of course, it's very much out of the directors' hands in many ways. They have an application to redevelop Odsal, and that's now the subject of a public inquiry and is much delayed, and indeed I think the plans are just about dead and buried. But they want to go back to Odsal just the same. For the time being, they're here at Ballyparade, the Bradford and Bingley Stadium, and a few of their supporters don't like coming here, but they still manage to turn up in numbers week after week to watch the Bradford Bulls. They're unbeaten on this ground. It's a fortress. And Bradford up at half-time against their nearest and dearest rivals. Hull have now hit the front 2 minutes into the second half at Bellevue. They're slow starters, as you say.
Still a long way to go there, but so is this game here. And Bradford can't afford to be sucked into a slug match. They've really got... Oh, that's a knock-on, surely. And they can't come up with mistakes like that. They've got to really try to keep this ball alive. Make sure that the Leeds side, with only 12 men...
Well, complacency is Bradford's enemy.
Well, it always has been over the past couple of years, is that when they seem to have got everything under control, they can lose the plot. And Leeds, of course, they've got nothing to lose, as Phil Clark said at half-time, that sometimes, through adversity, you lift yourself up. Often seen 12, oh, that was forward. I've often seen 12 players come back and just completely overcome the opposition.
Can Leeds do that here in the second half? It's with Sinfield now. They have the quality at Leeds, but that was a good tackle, picked up and dumped by Gartner and Forshaw. Now they're coming down the short side with Walker. A dab. Oh, that's a knock-on by Vinacolo.
Yep, no doubt about it. I don't know why he's contesting the decision by the official. We'll have a little look at the screen, and he'll agree with us. He tried to give the impression that it went backwards, but he was at the palm of the hand facing. Couldn't control it. Little errors like that can allow Leeds a golden opportunity.
And this is Ben Walker for the Rhinos. First tackle this set of 6 consecutive sets now against the Bradford Bulls, and it's with Willie Poaching. He nearly got through. Good job that Peacock and Naylor were there. Keith Senior waits at dummy half. McDonald away from Lowe's. Back it goes to Diskin. Here is Sheridan. They have men in support to the Rhinos. That's good defence from Gartner.
He works overtime in defence, that is for sure, Gartner, but interesting to see that Brian Noble has changed his defensive pattern. In the first half, it was a sliding defence. Remember, just before half-time, Sinfield's long pass caught out that now, and now they're going on a man-on-man marking system.
Sheridan! Poaching waits at dummy half. Back it goes to Ben Walker. Off the outside of the boot. Looking for the big man out wide. It's bounced unkindly. Oh, it's another knock-on that by Vinacolo. Let's get the half-time news while this scrum forms. Bill?
Well, it's all going Leeds' way at the moment. They're getting head and feet at that scrum from that Vinacolo incident, and this, I think, was the Bulls' major concern. Complacency already been mentioned, and Brian Noble just wanting his team to stay focused. They might have the man advantage, they might have the noses in front, but this game is by no means cut and dried yet, and Leeds know that. They know that they're at a disadvantage numerically, but the spirit is still there. They know they've done it here in the Challenge Cup earlier in the year. They believe they can still do it tonight.
If they do, it'll be a famous win. Pratt keeps it alive to Senior. He will come back and take on Naylor.
Second on the line.
Poaching waits again at dummy half. First receiver is Ben Walker. Then it's with McDonald. Good defence from Bradford.
Clear.
Well, they're not taking any chances, especially with the skills out there with Sheridan and Sinfield.
Sinfield! Oh, so close. He lost that, didn't he?
It looked as though it was a wobble.
Well, it was kicked back, looping pass there to Sheridan, a dab over the top, And Vicona clears up, no problems this time.
And sheer strength got him back into the field of play. We were so close, wasn't he? Lost it.
Well, he lost that.
Yeah, it should have been a knock-on. Not seen by the official. Steve Ganson's missed quite a few things tonight.
I think he's done a bad job overall, but he should have really clamped down on the first headbutt. I'm sure it was spotted from the man in the stand.
Well, everybody saw it apart from the official. And that could have been a flop from Diskin. Second go.
Vicona.
Well, this is
ball back.
This is not the time for Bradford to show how strong they are. They've got to get the ball out wide. Robbie Paul screaming for the football. Should be a long one from Lowe's. Oh, not the best though.
On the bounce, he picked it up. Then he found Deacon. And a dab towards the corner. They're all onside. Cummins is safe this time.
Great tactics. Apply the pressure. Robbie Paul was screaming there, saying to all the forwards, get out of the way. We've got to keep this ball alive.
Tony Carroll. They're pumped up for this Leeds. They have been from the start. It's such a shame for them. They're down to 12 with Barry McDermott sent off.
Well, it's such a great favourite at Headingley, Barry McDermott, that they'll be digging deep for him. They know he transgressed. They're going to put that to one side.
But you could have written the script down with you. Yeah. Fielden and McDermott were going to have a do at some stage.
And the officials know that before the kick-off. It's been going on for years.
Flicked in field by Calderwood. It was risky that. And Fielden, the man who drops on the loose ball. Sheridan clutches his chin. Brian McDermott now.
Well, I thought we were going to have another Academy Award there. But full credit to Sheridan. Just shook his head once and then got on with it.
Robbie Paul grounded by Wayne McDonald. Gets up, plays the ball to James Lowes. Here is Peacock. Peacock flicks it back again. Withers will attack down the right-hand side. Good tackle by Diskin, it had to be. Vicona was hunting. And Vicona in a dummy half. Goes looking. Robbie Paul. Away from Senior. Flicks it to Peacock. Peacock shaped to pass it to Withers. Now will do. Withers. Here's James Lowes. They keep on coming and the defence keeps standing firm. Another tackle remaining. High kick, a tester for Calderwood. Outnumbered in the jump. Ball went backwards. It's with Walker. Well, he wasn't played properly.
He never got up and played it correctly.
But McDermott could have been penalised for holding on.
50-50. They're all at sea there.
Well, the alarm bells ring every time the ball goes high over towards Calderwood's wing.
Well, they're the good use of the kick. They did it effectively in that first half.
Calderwood fancies his chances. That's a great tackle by Gilmore.
Oh, he did well to keep in. Oh, did that at the one? Oh, that was very close.
No. The tackle was affected and he didn't touch the whitewash, and the touch judge was spot on.
As soon as the ball carrying arm hits the deck.
Here's Pratt, using Senior as a bit of a shield then. Last tackle here now for Leeds.
Trying to use him as a battering ram.
Sheridan. And he'll float the kick out wide. Now Calderwood on Vinacolo. He's dropped it. Oh, that was a golden opportunity. There'll be no try. It's the turnover.
On the
plays
last.
The first knock on.
Well, it's like a rough game of chess, this match tonight. Using that's a great strong run there. Oh, volcano. That's the knock on.
Was it knock on against Bradford first off? Referee saw it the other way.
Thought it went behind him.
Deacon to Robbie Paul. Good tackling by Sinfield. Leeds defending for their lives now. Lowe's. Deacon. Misses out Gartner on the bounce. Oh, Pratt went for it. He's going to get head and feet at the scrum. The Bulls.
Yeah. And I think Daryl Powell just had a word with Malcolm Reilly. He said that he went for that. And he did. He played at it. We often talk about the fact that if you can, there's the man who took the early bath. It's a nice round of jeers from the Bradford fans, but just saying it, we often say the fact that if you can get so many sets of 6 consecutive, it's so important in our game.
It is two.
If you can get two, and inevitably, if you get three, you usually come up with a score.
This is Gartner. Barry McDermott watching from the far corner of the ground, right by the dressing room entrance, as Forshaw attacks the Leeds defensive line, flicks the pass back to Withers on the bounce, and Withers will bring it back again.
I'm not so sure where Barry McDermott is stood. He's not allowed anywhere within the field of play, and that's inside the hoardings. He has to go into the stands or stay in the dressing room.
Quick tap taken by the Bulls. They're in again with Gilmore. The penalty was given. Bradford didn't hang around, and Gilmore gets in for another Bradford try. Quick thinking by the Bulls.
They were caught napping. The backflip from Michael Withers, who had the ball, straight away to Lowe's. Well, it was quick thinking on both parts. You just watch this. The penalty is given, right? He's already called held. Watch the backflip. Whoops! And there's still Diskin's still talking to the referee. Oh, they paid the price badly. Daryl Powell will not like that. He will reflect on the fact that it was Carl Pratt that went for the football, which allowed Bradford the momentum. Now then, is this a knock-on? And it appeared that way, that it came off Vinacolo. Pretty difficult to see there. Either way, it was a knock-on, definitely from Tony Carroll. A little bit unlucky there.
It was a knock-on by Tony Carroll, but first knock-on by Vinacolo.
Well, it appeared that way, Eddie.
Which would have been head and feed to Leeds at the scrum. Instead of that, it was the turnover, then the penalty at the other end, then the try, now the conversion attempt from Deacon. And he just scrapes it inside the post. Wry smile, it's 28-14. But Leeds, you have to feel sympathy for them. All right, they've had a man sent off, that's contributing to their downfall. But there are one or two scrapes that are going against them. Having said that, we take nothing away from Bradford.
Look at Diskin, sorry. He's arguing with the referee. They get on with it. Bang. That's the reason why they scored. 4 players hanging around.
So here comes Bradford again from the kickoff.
That would have disappointed Daryl Powell. You could see that slowly but surely they were getting back into this match. And the opportunities on a few occasions since the restart.
Go, come on, work, Matt.
Deacon, Bradford looking to spread it now. Withers, wide to Vicona. Taking on Pratt, flicking the pass back. They're lucky to get away with that. Peacock. And then the blue jerseys surround him. Keith Senior on top of him. Vicona waits. Deacon, Forshaw, Deacon again, looping pass, Gilmore, over the top, Lowe's just halted.
Good work there from partner, offloading to the hooker.
Last tackle, Fielden, I think he's over.
Well, it's definitely over, whether he's got it down or not. Either way, they're going to get the ball back. I don't think he was on the last.
Fielden believes he scored.
Just to show it quite clearly. Good position though by Gansett. Yeah, he's got that down. They tried everything. I think it was young Danny Ward that tried to get the arm underneath, but I can't see any problem with this. Yeah, that's try time.
Bradford fans have seen it on the big screen now. They're prepared to celebrate. I think Stuart Fielden has got a black eye. He's also got a 4-pointer.
Black eye for the try. And Fielden, he'd be happy with that. Leeds obviously disappointed. But just a little bit of lady luck run against them. That's quite clear, isn't it? As long as any part of the ball, it's terra firma.
Has Danny Ward prevented it?
I don't think so.
The video referee is not 100% convinced.
Well, you can see the ball is in the ground. I agree that Danny Ward's fingers are there, but he can't prevent any other part of the ball from hitting the ground. This has got to be TRY.
Well, he isn't as convinced as you. The video referee tonight, by the way, is Steve Cross.
Well, I reckon that's down.
Well, is it conclusive? He's not.
Well,
he isn't. Obviously, he isn't 100% certain.
Well, what's that then? He can still struggle and put the ball down.
I don't know what you're arguing with me for. I'm not the video ref.
Well, do you think it's a try?
I'm not the video ref.
Stop sitting on the fence. TRY.
Of course it is. Well, that could be the one that spells the end, never mind, try for Leeds.
Sheer strength. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. He picked out the fullback, Francis Cummings. He's such a big boy, fielded. He's been in the wars.
The extras are added by Paul Deacon. 34-14. Long way to go yet. It's going to be a long night for the Rhinos, I'm afraid. They know it as well. Malcolm Reilly, Darryl Powell. They know that the game is probably beyond them. Stuart Fielden is now, like Barry McDermott, off the field, but Fielden only substituted. And from the kickoff, Brian McDermott misses completely. Yeah, he's 34-14 up, that's why he's smiling.
Well, I don't think he'll smile when Mr. Noble gets hold of him. You know, this it happens a lot with the top clubs as well. They just lose concentration. I know it's difficult when you've got such a commanding lead, but those schoolboy errors, it can prove so costly.
Talking of schoolboy errors, one of the most experienced men in the business has just made one of them.
Well, he won't be giving the pens out, will he? Certainly schoolboy error yet again. Well, they're all smiling at it.
I think he's smiling out of embarrassment then.
Well, he's hardly going to be made a prefect with that showing, is he? Come on.
I thought when you're talking about him having pens, you were looking for him to be the monitor.
Wasn't that some Greek...
Come on, well done.
mythical god?
Don't go there. This is Brian McDermott now. Lowe's waits at dummy half and attacks the Leeds line. Sadly, I don't think it's a question now of who, but how many. And here's Robbie Paul. Lowe's. Robbie Paul even has time almost to take the lace out. Finds Deacon. Deacon to Forshaw. Forshaw attacking the line.
Oh, neat work by the feet then. They've just got to keep playing the ball quickly. Keep the ball away. They're going for the 1 point. I think they were thinking about it.
Oh, Gardner spins away from Carroll. Here's the Volcano for the hat-trick. No, inside. Good hands. Doing well, keeping it alive. Dab to the in-goal. Poaching. Will run it out. Well, he flicked it back to Walker, who runs it out.
They're ready well. Poaching.
I control the restart.
They'll be satisfied with the way that they are quickly playing the ball, keeping the ball alive. That's what they've got to do. It's obviously going to tell on this Leeds outfit. And I'm with you, Eddie. I think that try from Fielden, you could see the body language, not only from the players but from the coaches.
Battle royal
position.
at the Bellevue, 22-20. Barnicolo throws the ball off the chest and out. Well, is it Bradford's night, Phil? Is it them, and how many?
Yeah, I think it is, but I think the final quarter of the game probably won't be an important reflection for Darryl Powell and the Leeds side. You know, if they're going to make it to the grand final, at some stage in the playoffs, they're going to have to play away from home and manage to get a win, and I think they've shown enough tonight. They won't get a win here. They've certainly shown enough that they can trouble the Bradford side, and really with a full complement of players, and the bounce of the ball probably importantly going their way, they've got a chance to rattle this Bradford team.
Oh, it's another gift. Withers.
Oh, great work there.
Walker with an important tackle. tackle.
Wonderful effort.
But is he only delaying the inevitable? Robbie Paul. They have a bag full of tackles left, and they're within 2 meters. Lowe's. Naylor. Oh, they've given it back. Penny for them, Brian.
Bend your back, I think, was the thing that was running through Mr. Noble's mind. But they played some good football. They'll be happy in certain parts of this game.
Yes, take nothing away from Bradford, but you have to feel just a touch sorry for Leeds. Not about the sending off, but about everything else. They've not dealt with the kicks.
When they analyse it, Eddie, Darryl Powell realises that those schoolboy errors, not taking those kicks, allowing them to get the roll. You can't do that against a top professional side. Well, there's a problem there. One of the Leeds players is in the background, is down and is badly injured.
Lee Radford has it for the Bulls. And is it Sinfield out or is it? It is Sinfield, yes. And that would be a huge blow.
Would it ever?
Radford. And Sinfield looks like it's a problem with the arm. Vangenaar. They almost run over the top of Sinfield in the physio then.
Well, if they'd have touched them, then Steve Ganson would have stopped the game.
Robbie Paul. Short ball. Peacock. Peacock standing firm. Keith Senior trying to slap the arm away. Robbie Paul went one way. Oh, brilliant over the head pass. Withers. How about that for skill from Robbie Paul? It will be well worth watching again because the door just opened for Michael Withers. And Robbie Paul, that was sheer class.
Daydream believer, that's what the tune is being played for this fella, the full-back. Good positioning, but the skills from Robbie Paul was outstanding. And what's the pass there? No, it went behind him. That's a beautiful effort. You take the gamble, you can afford to when you're in charge of a game. And Withers actually threw the dummy as well before he plunked the ball in the in-goal area. He's a star here, that's for sure. Star of Super League. Certainly likes to chime in from his full-back position, take full advantage. And when you've got the likes of Robbie Paul providing the pass, and this fella, his kicking game has been superb tonight. Not just the conversions and the penalty attempts, but his field kicking's been superb.
And he adds another 2 to the Bradford total. 14 points to 14 now. Well, if it was a boxing match, it would be stopped. If it was a horse race, there'd be a steward's inquiry.
Well, if it was a boxing match, I think Barry might jump the fence and join in if he wasn't known.
Yeah, he might have got the knockout, mightn't he? Well, they're all delighted here in the colours of Bradford. Not so the Leeds fans. They're just, I'm afraid, sat on their seats at the moment. They've had their troubles at Headingley lately, but they've won actually 5 of their last 6 away games. Their only defeat in that sequence prior to tonight came at Widnes, 34-26, and they were 36 down at half-time, remember. They almost came back and won. I don't think they're going to come back and win this, not with skill like that.
Oh, Vangenaar just offloaded there, and it's a tired outfit now. You can see that they're not even moving up from the 10 metres. First and second markers, they're just standing there, having a bit of a rest.
There's Bradford with the wind at their backs. Metaphorically, this is Deacon.
He's had a smart game as Paul Deacon.
Well, he wanted a big game opposite Ryan Sheridan, who took the scrum half job for Great Britain, of course.
Well, it certainly overshadowed him.
Lowe's stabs it towards the in-goal. It came back off the boots, and Cummins with it all to do, and does it very well.
Excellent. Talk about being put under pressure. But the tactics, it hasn't been a great night for Francis Cummins. The first 20 minutes, he didn't look confident at all. And as said before that the Rhinos will look at this and have a look at the video and say, well, silly mistakes, silly errors at vital times allowed Bradford 3 gift tries in effect.
Sheridan with another big long kick downfield. I think he was trying to get the 40-20, but it was never on. And here come the Bulls again with his pass, and Vinacolo managed to get hold of it. Good tackle by Tony Carroll.
Well, with passes like that, it's really taking the Michael.
Nathan McAvoy and Sinfield all over the top of him.
Good to see that Sinfield's back into the fray again. For one moment there, I thought it was a really bad injury.
Bradford drives it up the middle again. They're over halfway.
They know that Leeds are very tired. Look at that advantage that they're getting.
Banganar again.
They're just bouncing off them. Wasn't help. Says it all. 25-6 the breaks.
Good kick. Good kick. Brian Noble knows that the tally of games now goes to 28 unbeaten on this ground since their move at the start of last year. That's not including playoffs. It's the best home record in the game, needless to say. They're odds on to finish top of the pile this year for the 4th time in 7 summer seasons. Just for the record, it was 1997 as champions, 1999. They got to Old Trafford and lost the grand final. Last year, of course, they won the grand final in style. Here goes Calderwood. That's a great tackle by Nicole. That's a terrific tackle.
That's what the fans love to see. Good team spirit there. Calderwood, got plenty of speed, but good position.
And the incident between McDermott and Field in the park, this game played in the best possible spirit.
My word. And that's why I keep going back to the situation where 10 minutes before McDermott was sent off, if the referee had stamped on it and said, hey, that's it, we would have got 13 on either side.
Well, perhaps it was a short fuse that McDermott was playing under, and if he wants to get at Stuart Fielder, there isn't much that little Steve Ganson can do to keep them apart. I know what you're saying, but
I mean, if you're allowed to detonate it.
Bradford! Quarter of an hour to go, and a penalty here.
Surely they'll tap it.
Quick tap. Wide it goes to Gartner. Well, here's another set of 6 for Leeds to cope with, and beginning 3 metres from the line. Banganar, Joe Banganar, Daniel Gartner. Ball back.
Sinfield and Carroll.
Lowe's to pinch one.
Yeah.
James Lowe's against the club he once wore the colours on. Cummins disputes the call again, but Steve Ganson points to the spot, and it's another try registered for the Bradford Bulls.
Leeds on the rack, and this side is just tightening the screws at all time. Little fella will be happy, and why not? Great Bulls fan. Great to see so many youngsters here.
I think I said it was Lowe's. It was Lowe's, surely, was it?
Yes.
Or was it Gartner? There is some dispute.
It was Lowe's.
Let me look at these glasses again. I'm sure it was.
It was Jimmy Lowe.
Oh, well.
I'm agreeing with him. Gartner got tackled short. It all came about from the penalty with Bradford's strong run. And Lowe starts it with a quick penalty. There's the dummy.
Sir James Lowe's. Thank goodness for that. Gartner was in there.
He was playing the ball. It was around.
He fooled our cameraman. I had a horrible feeling.
Didn't fool you, though.
A horrible feeling. I was totally wrong. Deacon adds 2 more.
I had every confidence in him, Eduardo.
46-14. Bradford will stay top.
And the points difference will definitely help. And Brian Noble will send the message out now. Listen, not too much individual stuff. Let's try to keep playing as a unit. It's difficult, of course, when you know that the opposition are well and truly beaten.
Oh. Vangenhaar got the nod from Steve Ganson then.
Well, the thing is, did he play at it? Or did it just run up his body? Either way, the
Leeds fans are going mad at Steve Ganson because they think that was a knock-on by Vangenhaar from the kickoff.
Well, there again, they've just scored a try. Lack of concentration.
Understandable in the circumstances.
But to win trophies, Eddie, you've got to tighten up in every department.
Oh, I think if it was 14 apiece and 13 aside, it would be a slightly different match we were watching. Last tackle here for Bradford. Leon Price. They're running it with Deacon. There's the kick. And swooped on by Chef Walker.
Was he offside?
Here now is Calderwood. And Calderwood gets those legs pumping. Withers cuts him down. Oh, it's still tight at Bellevue. 24-22. Hull just ahead. And they're looking to make up ground on Leeds, and I think they will leapfrog the Rhinos tonight. Let's just check that out for you. McDonald stands. Oh, he tried to get the ball away. Offside. Quick tap by Sinfield. It came off a Bradford man first. Carroll has dropped it.
Knock on.
Yes, knock on against Tony Carroll.
Hasn't been a happy night for that Colladell foul. He knows that they can play a lot better than this. And it wasn't the best pass to him. They had the welcoming committee, and he knows it too. He thought it wasn't a knock-on, but I can assure you it was on the replay.
Hull, by the way, if they hang on against Wakefield, will go level on points with Leeds Rhinos, but Hull will stay 5th on points difference. Although 46-14, well, it's slide rule stuff, but I think that Leeds will stay 4th, and come the end of the season, that points difference column could be so crucial to the team sitting in 4th, 5th and 6th.
And that's why it's vital, these last 10 minutes, that Leeds prevent Bradford from scoring any more points. All right, the game's gone.
It's a big ask.
But as you've just mentioned, Eddie, that it could come down to that.
Yes, it could.
No one's safe in the top 6, apart from maybe the top 2.
Good hands and Lowe's again.
Oh, that'll be a penalty. Reefed the ball out. No doubt about it. Cummings went on the impact and then brought up the arm. Took it well, did Lowe's. Dragged it up. And Jimmy just helping the referee, as he often does. Always likes to assist the Murray whistleblower. The penalty, not surprisingly, Bradford have gone for the short tap. That's a knock-on. That'll be play on. Well, I think both sides, Eddie, are looking at the fact that let's get into the showers.
Yes, less than 10 to go. Leeds have certainly had enough. I think he has as well. He's the Bradford coach. Worn out, Brian Noble.
To be fair, though, you have to give credit to the Bulls in as much that they were in a commanding lead well before McDermott did get sent off. I know a lot of people perhaps will look at the fact that Leeds had to play with 12 men for a lengthy period of time, but Bradford had it all sewn up as far as I was concerned before the incident.
Jamie Jones Buchanan. Danny Maguire, dummy half. Ben Walker. Well, he was through on the half break, and maybe he should have gone for it himself. As it is, here come Leeds again with Sheridan dabbing it in. Vicona will run the ball dead. Well, Leeds are claiming that Vicona ran this ball over the line.
Well, I think it's, we'll have to see whether he had his foot over the top. There it is.
Well, he did.
Oh, well, he had his foot over the letting goal line. He's allowed to do that.
Did he?
Of course he did.
Yes. All right.
Good position there by Ganson. Nothing in it. Give the defending side benefit of the doubt. Also, it's a critical time as well for the Bradford players, in as much that they know they've got the winning bonus. Well,
Bradford with the knock on.
Wasn't the best pass, to be fair to Mr. Radford. I'm just saying that a lot of times the players just lose their enthusiasm. They take things a bit easy, and that's when you come up with not only mistakes, but sometimes you get yourself an injury. You're just not at that 100% that you need to be.
Walker offloads, picked up by Sheridan, gives it to Senior. Withers went for him and missed, so Senior puts the head down. That was never played. Amy Jones-Buchanan.
Second, clear! Come on!
Danny Maguire, dummy half. Sheridan. Walker. Maguire back on the inside. Chev Walker offloads to Ben Walker. He gives it to Ryan Sheridan. Good tackle by Lee Radford. Maguire again. Senior trying to go through by Kona. Now, does he get it down? No.
Well, he's short, but did he touch the flag?
Well, somebody did.
Was it Senior?
A kick to the in-goal area. Oh no, a kick actually to the front row of the empty stand. Young Danny Maguire.
This will be interesting. Could he slide after this?
Vicona's away for Bradford. He pushed Cummings away. Maguire, to his credit, stood his ground.
Did well, did young Maguire. Go back there, racing for the try line.
Vinacolo. Fielden missed it. Fielden, dummy half. Oh, he's away from two. Lowe's, McDermott. Referee gives Leeds the penalty here. I don't think the ball was played properly, was it? Oh no,
pushing away.
A push at the play of the ball.
I mentioned the fact that Leeds were trying to keep them pointless in the final 10 minutes. They've done that quite well. And it will go down to points, you know, Eddie, and I think at the end of the season, especially between Hull and Leeds.
Sheridan. Oh, he was hurt there. Maguire waits. They come down the short side with Sheridan, and now with Senior. This time he'll get in. Vicona missed him. Touch judge gives his report. The try is given. Consolation for Keith Senior and Leeds. And that points difference that we were talking about gets a little boost from Keith Senior.
Good work on the blind side. Very good indeed. Maybe a little bit of a doubt on the pass, but Danny Maguire worked well. He knows there's still plenty to do. And rather surprisingly, some sections of the Leeds crowd are giving Darryl Powell the bird. Came up on the big screen and they weren't too impressed.
You sure it was them and not the Bradford fans? The Leeds fans are behind the team now. They're telling Bradford they're not singing anymore. Cue the song from the Bulls then. But
they don't have to. They bought the piano, packed it up, put it in the van and gone off.
The rugby league fans have got very short memories. It was only the end of May that Leeds were sweeping all before them. And Darryl Powell was coach of the month and Kevin Sinfield was player of the month.
Put the mocker on them.
Walker trying to add two more. Misses, just went under the bar. 46-18 then.
Well, mission accomplished as far as the Rhinos are concerned. in not only keeping Bradford from crossing the try line, but getting a vital 4 points themselves.
Keith Senior then with the Leeds try. Just a question now really of playing out time for these two clubs. And when was it? 30 odd minutes. Barry McDermott sent off. The match lost just a little bit of its impetus.
Well, it certainly did, and Leeds lost the firepower, if you can call it that, and as much. But let's not forget that Bradford had already posted 4 tries to Leeds' 1, and that is a commanding lead at any time during the game. But they've got to dig deep, Leeds, yet again. They know they've gone through the horrors. And as Eddie has just mentioned, they're capable of providing some champagne rugby league football. They did it in May, as Eddie mentioned.
They're a little bit thin on the ground in terms of personnel. At the moment, Matt Adamson, Andy Hay and Darren Fleary all out injured. Adrian Bowles, as we say, has gone as captain coach of Wakefield. And
just about in there, Eddie. Robbie Paul's in a bit of trouble. I think it's Robbie Paul out there in back play. It is.
Yes, the ankle.
And he is in a lot of pain.
Well, a victory for Bradford, but I wonder at what cost.
Well, this is the incident. He just seemed to twist right over it. I mentioned the fact that in the final minutes when there's really nothing to play for, but it's amazing how they do pick up his injuries, and it's a difficult time for a coach like Brian Noble. He knows he's got it won. What does he do? Does he bring them off and rest them?
Hull have won it at Bellevue, 30-22. So they will join Leeds on points, but they won't overtake them on points difference. But boy, it's tight, and it will be between now and the end of the season. Some crucial matches to be played. This wonderful home record of the Bulls goes on, and that is why Bradford intends on finishing top of the pile, because not only do they get the first crack at the team finishing second here at Valley Parade, if it all goes wrong they will get the second bite of the cherry here the following week, and they get the week off going into the playoffs, of course. Such a huge prize to finish top. Final siren has gone. That is the end of the match. Brian Noble's men win it.